Welcome all to another wonderful episode of Whatever by Hektek by yours truly. How's everyone been? I've been fine, just hustling and grinding and doing what I do. I'm joined by someone that I've known for a couple years now. She's blazing the charts, not only on screen, but she has some stuff going on. So we're gonna let her come on and also remember, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you know what's going on when it's going on. And also catch me on Saturday nights, every Saturday nights live, the Light Idiots, which is another podcast that I'm also co-host. So with without further ado, we're gonna get this party rolling.
You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever.
Hello. How are
Hi.
you? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's me, Cali Caliente. That's the Cali Caliente, your favorite ebony porn star.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That's how you go and introduce yourself every time, every place, everywhere.
That's my slogan.
Gotcha. Hey, you have to have one. You know what I mean? How did you? Because it's been, I've been curious about it. How did you get the name?
So my agent gave it to me. It's really that simple. There's nothing deep behind it.
Magical, deep
No,
meaning,
no,
stars aligned, and was like, this is what it is. I didn't think about this.
no. So it was three options, and I already had a name, and it was kind of long. And she was like, "Well, there's already a Cali Love."
Mm,
And I guess at the time there was a Cali Love, but now she's not as active because I would have went with Cali Love. But then they were like, or Cali Caliente.
mm.
And we all were kind of like, well, Cali Caliente really does have a nice little ring to it.
Right,
And
right.
the people that I was under management with at the time, they were Latina. So they were like, keep your hair
Right.
long, tighten up a little bit, and change your name to Cali Caliente. And we're going to sign you and become your agent and represent you in the porn industry. And I was like, okay.
Did
So that's
you
all.
did you lean into the Afro Latina? Because that's what everyone would think, right? If you hear Cali Caliente, you'd be like, okay, she's Afro Latina. Like, okay, we can
No,
rock with
people think I'm just straight up Latin.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Like, but no, I never tried to feed into the idea of being Latin at
Hmm.
all. I wasn't even like really privy to what they were doing marketing wise when they
Hmm.
changed my name to that. It was one of those things where it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I like the way it sounds and I'm ready to do this. So, let's just change it, whatever. And then like as I would shoot, I do know well, I grew up around a lot of Latin girls, like all my
Hmm.
friends and stuff like that. And I grew up in a lot of Latin neighborhoods. So sometimes when I am having sex, I do say like poppy or I say like Spanish stuff. But I never tried to be like, oh no, I'm not African American or a black. I'm a very proud black woman. So I felt like at some point in time, I kind of did have to like make that very clear. And so that's why in my slogan, I say Cali Caliente, your favorite ebony porn star to kind of like refresh people's memory to let them know, like, listen, I know my name says one thing and you automatically assume that. And based off, I guess, my facial features, some people assume that. But I am a black woman.
Have
So,
you ever thought about changing or rebranding it, or are you like, I've been rocking with it for this long, might as well just keep it what it is?
um, I thought about it, but no, this is my brand that we're talking about, and this is a really big brand. So changing it kind of wouldn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that, no, that's like a household name at this point.
Okay. All right. So with the name, do you feel that you have to bring that heat, that fire, that passion when you're shooting?
I'm gonna
Because I
bring that
mean,
any. I'm gonna bring that anyway. That's
okay.
that's the real reason why they call me Caliente. If you really want to know.
I mean, that's I'm sure that's what the fans. I've shot a couple of your stuff, so I've seen it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what a lot of the fans and the people at home would want to know, like, oh, is she really that hot or not? So,
Hot, like, what do you mean?
like because our names can mean certain different things, right? With Caliente, you gotta be a scorcher.
Okay.
Not like I said, I've seen your stuff, but they haven't. So, but you say you bring that heat regardless. Now, were you always like that, or did you like have to because of the name you felt like you needed to lean in or make sure that hey, nah, don't play with
The name is just the name.
it.
There's no, like I said, there's no, the hype behind it is the work that's attached to it. That's that's just the bottom line. Like it's not, there's no glory to uphold. There's no pressure to be like, oh, I gotta be the hottest bitch in the industry. Like, my name Caliente. I gotta be hot. Everything I do gotta be
Right.
hot because I'm the hottest. That's not the personality. Because I don't have to do all that. You understand what I'm saying? Caliente,
Mhm.
and even in Latin culture, like Latin culture exudes sexuality, sensuality, their dance, their music, everything is sensual. And so, in that sense, I am naturally that. So,
Mhm.
regardless, the name is fitting. It just goes well. And then, I mean, yeah, like I think a lot of people know not to mess with me if that's
Right.
what you mean. Like I'm very vocal, I'm very spicy, I'm very much like not in your face, but like at the same time, like I'm very much like, what's up?
Right. Right.
Hey.
So, all right, when you're dancing and filming, because you do multiple different things in this industry, do you feel more of a seductress or would you say a sexual assassin?
A sexual assassin. I would say I'm can't even get it out. A seductress. Because I'm trying to avoid saying succubus, because I'm not that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought that's what you were, gonna
Nah,
go
nah,
with.
nah,
Like,
nah, nah. Succubus, I don't know. There's so many words that people use nowadays. I'd be like,
yeah, there are certain things I don't want to embody. I would say I'm a tantalizer. I
okay.
would say that I pride myself on the experience. So yeah, I would definitely say like I love entertaining. I'm an entertainer and I
Mhm.
love to grab the attention like of the audience or someone in particular with like other things other than sex. And with porn and with dancing, I'm able to actually do that. Like I physically don't have to have sex with anyone if I don't want to, obviously, right? But there's always that fine line where it's like they know it's just a fantasy. And so the respect factor comes in for me.
You-
I'm just
Do you feel that's something that's lacking in today's where seduction and passion and intimacy is something that's especially filming wise it's not always shown. uh Lately especially it seems like people people are more earnest to shoot Gonzo or just get straight to the fucking versus, hey, let's take our time. Let's show the buildup. Let's show the foreplay. Let's show the intimacy. Let's show all that. Do you think that's something that's lacking, especially in porn and fetish?
I love Gonzo. But I would say yeah, there is a lack of it and my industry in particular, mainstream porn, especially with like the girl stuff. I find that there are a lot of female performers that don't really like girls, and you don't know it till you get them on set, and she's like not eating pussy, not kissing, not sucking titties, not doing nothing. I'm just like, why are
Uh,
you here? Why are you here? Like this wasn't when I said I wanted to share a dick with you. I didn't like. I was hoping me and you could do like a girl, and then he
yeah,
could like the dick could just magically appear,
yeah,
and then we
right,
handle that. It's like realistic.
right.
But I find though with like guys, I don't really have that problem with the passion thing. I think that also goes along with the name. Like we all know what we're getting ourselves into here. So,
No, I prefer, and you've heard me say it. I don't like shooting girl for that same reasons because it's like I'll just sit my camera down and walk away. Y'all can finish doing whatever it is that this is being done because this shit is boring. You know what I mean? And it's like I would almost prefer someone be like, nah, this ain't my thing. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Move on
or
from
just
this.
don't
But
do it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
when I shot my showcase, they were asking me like, "Oh, do you want to have girls? Do you want to incorporate girls?" And in my mind, there weren't any girls that I could calculate that would actually come in and like have that energy of like I'm happy to eat pussy today. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I was just like, no, like I don't even want no girls. I just want all dudes. I just all dick. We finna just
Damn.
eliminate the drama, the headaches, the complaining, the not wanting to eat the pussy, not wanting to. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with it. And you being paid, like, this is a big deal for me. Like, you're not really finna bring that, like, real energy. Like, you really want, really, really, really want to be here and even, doing that. Then,
Right, right.
so I think a lot of the industry right now is for pay and it's for show. And I think that because I continue to make authentic, real, raw sex, like, and my encounters are real, raw, uncut, that's kind of like where I stand out the most, which is why I'm still a fan's favorite 5 years later in the business, to be honest. Get that out.
All right. When did you realize that your ass was a superpower? And when did you realize like it changed rooms that you walked into?
uh, well, I don't think it's a superpower. I think it's
Okay.
a passion. I think
Okay.
it's a passion. I think you have to really be into anal. I think you have to really enjoy it. I think you really have to want it.
Mhm.
Because that shit hurt if you don't. That shit hurt if you don't do it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but I will say when I figured out that I actually enjoyed it
Mhm.
was the first time I got fucked in the ass was with my dude for his birthday. And he was pretty big. He was about the size of my wrist, not bigger. So pretty thick. And he was just like, and fucked a lot of bitches. And I want to try something different. Like, it's just like, all right, whatever. And I think I did it too because we were at his mom's house. So I had to kind of be quiet, which was kind of like turning me on because she
Right,
hated
right,
me.
right. The sneaking. Right.
Yeah, and so we did it and we just used spit and I fit it in my ass. I
Damn.
didn't prep, I didn't do nothing. I just was like, let's fucking do it. And he
Yeah.
nutted in my ass and then we went to the bathroom together and I was like bleeding a little bit and like pushing out nut. And that's when I was like, I really like anal because that's not normal. And then
Like,
the second time I figured out it was kind of like a not a career opener, but a door
yeah.
opener was when I shot Rico Strong and Carmella Clutch. We did content. Rico was fucking me in my ass, and that was the first time I squirted. And so I learned
Mhm.
then that in order for me to squirt, you actually have to penetrate me anally. So
Okay.
they're just like little buttons, you know.
Little
Here and
thing.
there.
Um, what advice would you give someone, whether career or not, um, getting themselves hyped or prepared for anal? You can even give a cue to the guys because I mean I know for me if I'm about to do anal to a girl, um I allow her to kind of dictate the pace. You know what I mean? So
You
what
should.
advice would you give?
Um, for guys, I'll just be very frank. You have to like it. You have to like it because a girl can only do so much, right? And if you really don't like it, your dick's not going to get all the way hard. And if your dick's not all the way hard, you're not going to be able to insert because most of the time there you have to get past there's a little stretch, right? And it's
Mhm,
kind of hard to get a really wormy, flappy dick in there. So if you don't like it and you're like hoping that she'll be the one that's the aggressor that's gonna like, just fuck you, then like it's
mhm,
probably not for you.
mhm,
So I just really, really recommend like really liking it and then like using a lot of lube. Like a lot of lube. For girls, I have a whole routine that I do. So you're gonna have to hit me up for that one. But I usually stop eating the night before and I fast, and then I use an enema and I clean out before I shoot and at the house before I go to the shoot. And then I stretch and I always make sure I keep a dilator and a toy on me to make sure that I'm nice and open before my scene. And I mean there are times where like I'm getting ready to do my scene and I'll be laying there stretching my asshole out just to make sure everything's good.
well, what if for personal?
For personal, as far as what?
Like how would you tell a woman to prepare for that? Because you might have one of them nights out on the town. You get back to the crib, shit start
I
happening, and he be like, "Hey, let me
put
put
it
it
in your
in there."
butt. I mean, some guys don't mind messy anal. So if they're into that, then they're into that. But if you do want to like prepare for that, you can clean out and then use a butt plug and
Mhm,
then like walk around with that in so that you're kind of like ready. And then before you guys actually do have sex, just clean out again.
mhm.
Um, and try not to eat like anything too heavy. Like I think girls who do anal, you should like Google and see like how long does it take for you to process certain foods.
I knew one. She was one of my homies. She'd be like, by day two, because I mean that was majorly her thing. She'd be like, "Yo, I'm tired of soups." Like she'd be like, I'm hungry, hungry." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Well, why don't you eat?" And she's like, "I can't."
I
Like,
can. I have to do anal.
right,
Yeah,
right. So I was like, that makes sense. And now,
yeah.
do the life of a man. Sometimes I just go about my business, but not understanding that it's a lot
It takes a
sometimes.
toll on your body. It really does because you're not eating. You first of all, you need to be healthy and you need to be drinking a lot of water. Now, I use
Mhm,
gummy bears to supplement for not getting nauseated or feeling like faint or anything like that. And then I just eat really light or I do smoothies. Things that um don't really build up within your body in your colon area like I said you should do research on it that like the fact that I know this stuff like obviously I really because I love food, so if I go without eating food to do anal then you know how much I really love anal, like But then there are days where I like really just sometimes my body fasts on its own. And those are the days where I'm like, well, let me shoot this anal content because I realize like, oh, I've just been drinking a lot of water and supplement all day, or like I had oatmeal this morning, so I don't really have too much stuck in my stomach. And then I go to the bathroom regularly every morning. They're just it's better to be healthy if you're going to be doing anal, because if you first of all, you shouldn't even be cleaning out yourself every day like
Right.
that for real. So, you know,
What makes anal feel different? Is it the emotional connection? Is it the physical? Huh?
emotional.
Oh, really? Why?
No, no, no. I like. Why would that be an? I'm sorry. That
I don't know. Some people do equate sex with emotions.
in this business.
I'm not just speaking about this business.
I mean,
I'm
just in
in general.
general. So you have a wide range of people. Okay, I see here. Okay, so some people do. I will say that the first time I did anal was with my man, obviously because I loved him and that was I wanted to please him, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, I do not equate like I. I'm trying to be clean here. But like I go on set, so it's nothing for me to do anal with a stranger, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But when I'm shooting content, if that's what you mean, then yeah, I prefer someone who likes anal and is not necessarily in. You don't have to be into me. There doesn't have to be a emotional connection, but there has to be a mutual attraction, if that makes sense. And you have to be kind of like open to like listening to my body. Like I'm more particular with people I work with when it comes to anal than when I'm just like, let's just do a collab. Is there people that are like, oh, I want to work with you? Cool, I work with them, and I'm like, I'm never gonna work with them again. I would never let them get near my asshole.
Were they just not paying attention to your cues and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can kind of tell some people just like have this tunnel vision of like how they shoot their content and they just want to get it done. They're not really like paying attention to you, your body, how you feel, what you're comfortable with, what you've spoke about before. Like for
Mm-hmm.
me, I like a slow start, so I'm kind of like a lot of foreplay, really get into it. That's where the passion comes in. Like eat my pussy, please. Please eat my
Mm-hmm.
pussy. How are you gonna fuck me with that big ass dick and you haven't ate my vagina and made it super soaker wet? Like, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
then you just like
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can understand that.
yeah. But I guess I don't know. It's not about that. It's all about getting the content now. Gotta get this content.
Yeah. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a few as well. Um, what's your top rule for making anal videos or videos in general?
Top rules for making
Mm-hmm.
aim. I don't there's no
Like what's I mean, you have to have some kind of dialogue when you're setting up an anal scene. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like what your do's
Oh,
don't.
well,
What do you
for companies, if it
mm-hmm.
is depending on the company, then that matters, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now when it comes to shooting content, I am not shooting anal content with people that just are looking for black girl anal content.
Okay.
So, I am very selective with who I choose to shoot anal with. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
most of my stuff is black on black because I feel like there's just this open market for it. So I get people hitting me up and I tell them like if you want to shoot anal content, I need half rate and I need some of the content. It doesn't have to be all of it, but I need some. I need to be able to sell it because I know for sure it's gonna sell for me because I'm a rarity. I'm a black girl who likes anal and that's rare, I guess, or someone who like actually enjoys anal is rare. Black girls that enjoy anal is very rare. So you're gonna make money regardless, but I need to make sure that I'm making the money. And just because you are in the industry in the same industry with me doesn't mean that you get automatically get access to my body because you need anal content.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. Um, and you brought up a little bit like where you wouldn't shoot with someone again because they didn't listen or da, da, da. Like, is it more so the cues or is it more so like, hey, I told you I don't like this and you did this anyways? Like what's some of your reasons for not wanting to work with someone again?
I don't have too many of those problems.
Mm-hmm.
I've run into the like early on. I used to run into those kind of problems where I'm like, I told you I didn't like fingers in my pussy. You put fingers in my pussy. Now I don't want to work with you again. But um, now it's just more so like if there's no real chemistry there, and I'm not like wanting to like jump your bones to fuck you. Like if I'm gonna have to pretend like my pussy's wet, pretend like I'm enjoying it, pretend like I want to be there, then I don't want to shoot with you. And I think a lot of people might take that personally, but it's like, well, isn't that the whole purpose of shooting your own content? Because if that was the case, when I go on set, then nothing about what I just said matters. I'm here to do my job. I'm being paid to be a model and a talent and to perform and entertain the camera and get paid and go home. So
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to my own content, I prefer to fuck people that I actually really want to fuck and not just like guys that hit me up and be like, "Oh, I'm in the industry. let's let's shoot some content." Yeah. Okay, yeah. What kind of content you want to shoot? Anal content. Okay. Yeah, I shot this girl, I shot that girl. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, there's definitely a lot of that. I'm not pro gatekeeping, but I think the longer I've been in the more I understand it now, especially now. It's easy to buy pages, it's easy to buy followers, it's easy to pay this person, pay that person. It's easy to do all these things. And there's a lot of people getting duped by said, I mean, I wouldn't call it a scam, but you didn't get it out the mud. Like you didn't grind, you didn't, get a lot of the shoots that most people had to get to where they need to get to. But in the same token, a lot of them are claiming to be established, but like when you go to their page, it's a lot of retweets, it's a lot of other people's stuff, it's a lot of other people's content. So how do you navigate that?
I don't do retweet groups. Because when you go to my page, I want you to see me.
No,
when
fact.
you cause for me, I'm mainstream industry, and let's just be honest, they are all following me, they're all watching me, and the more that I retweet other people, the less I get shadow banned. You can't see me, and then they go and book other people, which I want everybody to eat. That's fine, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, your social media is your resume at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. It's a digital resume, and
Mm-hmm.
they're going to your page to see what you have going on to determine whether or not you're worthy of working for their brand. And I just don't see the point in having like a bunch of trash. Sorry, but I don't want your trash ass content on my page. When it's because there's levels, like there's some retweet groups that have like really top-notch girls. They charge. The girls with the $1 million pages and stuff like that, they're like, we got, or you got to pay for the promo. Like it's not just free. You got these people that are like, oh, I want to get in the industry, or I want to be in the industry. They go on my page and they drop their porn in my comment sections for free advertisement when they could easily find anybody that's charging $5 for promo to get or a retweet group or a telegram group. Like there's so many different ways that you can grow without like pining and like scavenging, because when you start out as, and I didn't get it at first either because I started out that way too, but then I just started working. I used to like I went through four Twitter, maybe five Twitter pages, because I would start a page and then I would go to all the porn stars I liked and follow them and then start being underneath their shit, not necessarily posting pictures and videos, but just replying, retweeting, and they would
Mhm.
report me and get my shit shut down. So one day I was just like, I'm just gonna start making fire ass content. And I just started making fire content and I started shooting my mainstream porn. And as that went on, I got bigger. So I really, like you said, there's a lot of groundwork that goes into being in this industry and actually being successful in this industry. And there are a lot of people who want to piggyback off of the hardworking performers who actually went through the mud, went through the fire, and came out on top. Thank God, because it's like it's really bad out there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like now, you're just like what? Like I see girls like take from me in ways that are like, bitch, I want to sue you for my intellectual property
Yeah.
and get my 15% because there's no reason why every time I tweet something, you got to counter tweet. There's no reason why every time I post and shake my ass in a certain position, you do it. There's no reason why every time you see me work with a performer, you in their inbox trying to work with them too. It's like, it's giving weird, it's giving obsessive, it's giving I don't have an identity, I don't have a personality, and so because I don't have one, I'm gonna go inherit this person's personality, and so that there's no originality anymore, and I'm just one of the original gangsters in this shit, and I'm just like, well, I ain't gonna post shit, bitch, go subscribe. Like
Let's be honest though. It has become a monkey see, monkey do industry.
very
Um,
much.
it's like I've had, on the other side, I've had the same thing. Oh, who's that? I'm like, oh, that's so and so. Next thing you know, she's like, hey, why this weirdo in my DM? I'm
And
like, I
he
don't
said he
know.
know you. Look,
Right, right,
I
right, right, right. I'm like, nah, I don't know this dude. Like, I've never seen
never
this
met him
dude a
before
day
in
in
my
my
life.
life. Right. Um, and that's why even for my content and my stuff, I just like to do my own shit. I like to be out the way. I'm not bothering nobody. I just shoot what I want to shoot when I want to shoot and how I want to shoot it and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Now don't get me wrong. You can be inspired by someone else's shit and be like, yo, okay, that shit was fire. I would like to do something similar. Or I like to, you know what I mean? But you always have to put your own little spin on things. You know what I mean? If you copying it like exactly, then come on, stop. You know, like for me, dry humping, I didn't create the shit. Someone else was doing the shit before I did. I just
Right.
had to put my own little spin on it and do what I felt was what I wanted to do with it. And
But
then
there's
it
not a
is.
lot of people who have websites called that, right?
Correct.
So now if you see somebody all of a sudden pop out with something similar and they're kind of like doing exactly what you're doing, it's
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
now you're like copying my business plan, which is weird because I never gave it to you to copy.
Right,
So
right,
where's
right.
the
Not
consent in that? But people are able to do what they think they're able to do what they want on the internet. And that's why I said sue, because as an adult, you can't go beat their ass. You can't threaten them. You can't tell them to take it down. You can't do that. But you can send a cease and desist and say that, you know, yeah, I own this.
right.
Cause technically you do, you know, you should. You better. Bitch, the pose, the quote, yep,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
mine. I need $1 every time you use it. The word, yes, it's
yeah.
mine. I own that.
No,
Yeah.
even when I started this podcast, and we're gonna take a break in a second. Even when I started this podcast, I had mad people. They were looking up. They were like, "Hey, there's already a podcast that similar." And I was like, "Well, in trademark laws, a word that's used, an everyday word, cannot be trademarked."
Right.
And I added to it. It's not just the word, like it's blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it changes the meaning. So, but no,
Hmm.
you're 100% right. Like a lot of people get into different fields, different areas, don't know shit from shit, and be like, oh, if they could do it, I know I could do it, and I'm gonna do it exactly like they're doing. You'd be like, it doesn't work like
I mean,
my
I'm pretty
success, your
sure.
success is gonna be different.
there was a lot of girls who was not doing anal until I really started doing anal. And then I seen an influx of it, and I was like, okay, my titty itching. I think it's growing. Hold on. uh, but yeah, I was like, okay, I'm seeing an influx of a lot more black girls doing anal now. I'm seeing a lot more anal on my screen now. I'm just like, that's cool. I hope they really just like it and not doing it for money because you could really hurt yourself. You
With
won't
that,
be able to shit right. You're gonna have to get a
we're going
surgery.
we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be right back with Miss Cali Caliente. As you can tell, she holds no punches. Uh, yeah, we're going to be right back. I'm gonna have some more shit to ask her. So stay tuned.
Do you know a lot about nothing and a little bit about everything? Well, you one of us. Join us live on YouTube every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern on Enlightened Idiot Podcast. Stay enlightened. Mwah.
All right, we're back from our wonderful commercial. We're back here with Miss Cali Caliente. Um, I'm gonna go off script. Feel like an actual conversation with me.
Okay.
Um, you've been very boisterous on the lack of black representation, especially black women representation. Why did you feel the need to do that? What was your motivator behind it? And what do you feel like you would like to change? What task would you like to happen, or what changes would you like to happen?
Um. Well, I remember my first ABN, and I think I saw like Anna Fox at
Mhm.
the Vixen booth, and she was just like go-go dancing, and she was just like hot and sweaty. And like I had did some research on some of the black women in the industry, and I saw her and like a few other girls there. So I was like, talking to them about getting into the industry and stuff like that. But Anna was like sweating on stage at the Vixen booth. And so I went and got her water and a napkin, and I like patted her down. She was just like, I'm so tired. I was like, you look great. I was like, you look amazing. Like she was like, I'm trying. I was like, girl, you're not trying. You look good. Like you look here, you look great. Gave her water, patted down her face, made sure her makeup was good and that she wasn't like all sweaty and stuff. And then I was just
Mhm.
like, okay. And then I got into the industry, and like the treatment was just like very like subtle racist on certain sets, very like I don't know, just not the vibe that I thought it would be.
Mhm.
And and then the pay was way less than what I thought it would be.
Mhm.
And it was in that moment that like when I started getting my checks, I'm like, this is a lot of money to someone else. But I was
Mhm.
like, but this isn't a lot of money to me. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I'm like, I'm thinking about all the shit that I have to pay for, like hair, nails, makeup, clothes, outfits to make sure you're fresh on set. Um, if you don't have a car, you have to Uber, which is really expensive. I had a car at the time, but it just to me it calculated like you can do a lot, but you're gonna have to do a lot.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And then so I was talking to my agent, and she was just like, that's how girls get popular. She was like, you have to get shot out. You basically have to take every scene that they give you. And she was like, there's barely any work right now. It's a pandemic. She was like, you're lucky to be even getting the scenes that you're getting. So I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna take everything. And my first
Mhm.
scene, I did a boy, boy, girl, which was insane because we were finishing up. It was like time to pop. One of the guys popped, and then I used his cum to lubricate the other guy, and then finished him off, and he popped. And then it got nominated for. an award. And so like uh I feel like I'm really blessed the outcome that I got, but like not everybody gets the same outcome. I'm like part of that 1%. Like when they're thinking like, oh, we need black girls on set, I'm on that list. Regardless, I could be at the bottom of the list, but I'm still on that list. You know what I mean? Like, and it's unfortunate that that's what it is because what really happened was they thought that I was Latin because of my name. But then when I showed up and I outperformed everybody, and people were going home early from set because the shit was so easy that day and the shit looked so good on camera and I'm such a great performer that they had to respect my work ethic and my personality and my professionalism and my energy. And then from there I just kept getting nominated because I was a fan favorite. But that doesn't happen to everybody. So, and then like the hair and makeup thing, I was going on set and they don't know how to do black girl hair. They don't know how to do black girl makeup. They don't know how to dress black girls. Like, so we would always have to bring
Either
our own
either it's
stuff.
really corny or it's like stripped, like immediately overly
Yeah.
like video vixen. Because I mean, especially at a
Yeah.
certain time, the video vixen thing was kind of
Well, it's
I don't
very
know.
disrespectful, and that's why I waited so long to do anal because I started out just doing like mostly group and boy girl
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and then I started
Mm-hmm.
doing anal like later, like maybe like 2 to 3 years in, or like 3 years in. I was
Mm-hmm.
already shooting anal for my own stuff. I was training,
Mm-hmm.
so I actually trained before I got into mainstream and was doing anal. I trained my asshole for the first like 2 years I was in porn before I actually started doing anal on mainstream. And then I debuted my first professional anal scene with Tushy, which is a fucking big deal. It's a huge deal. Like, um, and so like that, even like that with my hair, like they the way that they had the scene set up is like we did the sex first, and so I sweated my hair out, and I'm wearing my natural hair just like this, like, and it looked like this at first. I'm
Yeah.
good. We fucked, and now my hair is like not. I didn't sweat it out at the roots, and then we had to do like more, and so my hair was kind of stiff at the root because they had pressed comb. Like I'm in the
Yeah.
bathroom, fucking trying to get my hair back right as much as I can, but I didn't like it's oil and like it was just
Yeah.
crazy. But I would change. I feel like we need our own department in every company. We
What do you
need
mean by that?
stylists. We need
Okay.
stylists, directors. We need makeup artists. We need hairstyle. Like most of the time, like when they hire a black girl to come and do black girls' hair and makeup, they do both. So you don't need a makeup artist and a hairstylist. You just need a girl who knows how to do black girl makeup because they'll put those weird tones on me, those grays and hot pinks and colors that don't pastels, and I'm like I need
Right.
like
Right.
earth tone
Mm-hmm.
colors like burgundies and browns and golds, like and
Mm-hmm.
so I highly recommend like them having like, oh, we got a black girl coming. We need a black girl makeup artist, hairstylist to come in for the day. We got that on deck. Oh, we got a black girl coming. Okay, we need somebody that knows how to fit her curves,
Right.
in the wardrobe department. Like that's what I mean. Oh, we need more black girl content. Okay, we got a whole marketing department that knows how to market black women in a way that's less disrespectful or degrading, like those type of things. So yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this question, and we could. I have a follow up to something that you said. Do you feel these awards are getting too fucking outrageous? Like I made a post today where, and it was because I was listening to someone else, and they were talking about the Soul Train Awards and how like at one time the Soul Train Awards was kind of a thing, but now it's not. It's when you talk about the Grammys always overshadow certain things that are black incorporated, right?
Mhm.
And it had me thinking like with so many people with so and so nomination in their bio and this nomination, that nomination, this nomination, that even if it is an award that is, prestigious, it now looks lackluster because everyone has that now in their title. And we also live in an age where everyone's not, you wouldn't even believe how many times I send out my call sheets and my things, and people be like, "Well, who have you worked with?" And I'm like, "Well, it's in the initial email that I sent you." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so people just don't do research anymore. So no one's going to check someone who says they're AVN nominated. They're just going to be like, "Oh, they're AVN nominated," not knowing that there is a difference between the committee avian nomination and a fan driven voting avian nomination, right? How do you feel about that for someone who seems, the way you're talking, the way you're standing on business, someone who takes their craft seriously, just to know that the floodgates, like, it's just everything's just so loosey goosey with certain things that you're like, nah, this shit years ago is not, this is not easy to get. This is not easy to achieve. This is not easy to be recognized for. Because even if you were recognized or are recognized, being black is almost like a detractor in a lot of situations. So it doesn't matter how many nominations you have, but you're still a black. That's why for me, I had to get away from wanting to be a black AVN director or producer to just, I just want to be a producer and
Being
director
big.
and want
Yeah.
an AVN.
Yeah. So I don't when it comes to business, I try not to put too many stipulations on black or white because I
Mm-hmm.
fuck with everybody. It's really a
Mm-hmm.
respect thing. It's how
Mm-hmm.
do you respect me? How do you treat me as a person, not as a black woman? Because a lot of times that happens too. And that's where I was saying where people are like, "Oh, I want to work with you, I want to work with you," and but it always resorts back to it's not a lot of black women who do anal. Who said I was letting you fuck me in the ass? And
Right,
how did
right,
we
right,
even get that far?
right, right.
Because like you said,
I said
people think
hello. I said hello.
they
That's all
think
I
they
said to
just
you.
have access, and it's like,
Yeah,
no, baby.
yeah.
Like, and I'm not. I mean, shoot your shot because you never know. I might be feeling generous that day. I might like your vibe. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
knows? But to there's a long list of people that I need to work with that's gonna put a lot more money in my pocket than working with some guy that's just like, I just got in the industry. I'm trying to get in the industry. I'm a director. I'm doing this is new. Okay, well, I see your page. I see your following count. I see this, or I'm gonna go look. I
Mm-hmm.
get emails all the time from people. One liners. Hey, I want to book you. For what? What? What are we booking me for?
Right, right,
Oh
right.
yeah, I'm a new guy. I'm trying to get into the industry. Okay. Sounds like you need an agent. I'm not an agent. Um, yeah, I'm a new content creator. I'm looking for a content partner. I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, my fans like to see me solo. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And if they do see me with a dick, it's one that is worth. They gonna be like, oh yeah, that yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect anything less for the queen. Like, and I'm not even trying to be funny. They're gonna be like, who and why, and it devalues me as a brand and as a person to just be out here willy nilly fucking any and everybody and just, oh yeah, this guy hit me up in my DM. He wants to shoot. Oh yeah, then I get hit up from guys all the time on Twitter. They're not even following me and they're asking me to shoot. Like, what? And then I look at their pages and I'm like, the whole content creation thing has become too much of a clown circus for me. There's too many people using pimping and hoeing, suitcase pimping, and all this get rich quick scheme, and oh, let's get this money and let's run it up on OnlyFans. And no, I'm good. No, thank
I
you.
and And, oh Lord, and that's on both sides because I've had people be like, "Yeah, this is whatever." I'm like, "Okay, cool," and I'll hit them up professionally, and then they'd be like, "Well, you looking for QV or you looking for?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? How did you get that from the email that stated what I want to shoot, who I am, who I've worked with? How did you get to that?" Um, it's no, and that's why I hate these blanket terms, right? Because
Uh-huh.
these blanket terms make it easy for someone to be like, "I'm a content creator." As soon as someone says, "I'm a content creator," I'm like, "What kind of content do you shoot?"
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, as soon as somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a content creator. Let's make content." What kind of content? Because I know what
What do
kind
you
of
shoot?
content I shoot. You want to collab? I hate that you want to collab, guys. Oh, that grinds my gears. I be like, I don't even know what a collab is anymore. I don't do collabs. What is this collab you speak of? I gotta designate. I got like five work husbands. If I need some dick on camera, they're gonna get the job done for me. I'm definitely not scoping my emails and my motherfucking DMs looking for nobody to make rich off dick. Like, I don't
Look,
know what these
I
men
have
think.
one. I have one worse. Oh my God, I love your work. I love what you shoot. I've seen you work with this person. You work with that person. I think we should work together. I'm like, okay, bet. We bouncing ideas back and forth. The creative juices are flowing. Woo, woo, woo. Then they be like, so how much am I getting paid? I'm like, wait,
What?
what? Wait, we spent 2 days on this. Like, wait,
So
what?
I asked see, and that's why I like to specify that I'm only accepting paid work because I will say,
Fine.
is this paid or is it content? That like you
Oh,
have to ask, you have
oh, that's my
to.
thing now. That is my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you talking about? Let's clarify this. Let's dumb it down. Talk to me like I'm a kindergartner.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Because a booking and a
listen,
collab is two different things.
hold up, hold up. No, 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 no. Hold up. Say that louder for
a
everyone in the
booking
back.
a booking and a collab is two different things. A booking is when they hire you to come on set and you're getting paid a rate. A content trade is when you guys are shooting mutual content and plan on exchanging all and everything for the content unless agreed upon otherwise. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
Yeah.
proper was that the proper term?
I was definitely proper because people got this shit fucked up. Uh
I'm sorry
people,
for them.
people to where I'm like, they be like, yeah, a collab, a paid collab. I'm like, a paid what? You
A
mean a
paid,
booking?
yeah. So some girls will say paid collabs because they do like the half rate for the shoot, which is what I was talking about. Especially like some of the bigger girls, and
But
like
a lot
I've
of
met
people
some of the
aren't
guys
saying it
that do
that
that
way.
too. They'll be like, "Oh, I charge for if they're really, really, really big." And I
Yeah.
don't know about these heifers, but but if they're really big, like they will charge, and I'm at that point where I am charging for collabs. I'm like, you ain't gotta pay the whole rate, but you gotta pay me
Mm-hmm.
something, and I want the
Mm-hmm.
content. I need to be able to sell it because if I'm
Yeah.
already giving you a discount on the booking, hoping that I get money back from the content, which might not sell because who the fuck are you? Nobody knows who you are. You're a random guy. You don't have no motion, like, and that's not even to sound disrespectful because if you're serious about your business, then you will come out of your pocket to pay somebody like me or Misty Stone or whoever to like get that collab and make sure it's a great collab so that all her friends will be like, "Oh, who's that?" And she'll say great things about you. Now that's
Right.
how you get in the door. Sometimes you gotta. They don't be wanting to pay their way, and that is the harsh reality of it all. They don't want to pay the network like the expos and stuff. I don't have to go to the expos. I used to do them because that was a good way to run into directors, performers, meet them in person, get a vibe, be like, oh yeah, let's connect. Let's then I could be like, oh, he's cool. I want to work with him. He was very respectful. He didn't touch me, he didn't
I
make me
have
feel
I
creeped
have
out.
I have not gone to one this year. I'm actually going to a podcast convention in 2 weeks. I ready to do that shit.
Okay. So I did go to XBiz because it was the first time I was going and I did
Xmas
have
is
fun.
lit.
It
Yeah,
is. It was
Xmas is
lit.
lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just with the way the industry is moved, the way the industry is moving, it's just like I'm good. I'm content. I'm okay, right? And it's okay because sometimes when people feel like someone's moving out of the industry or oh something traumatic had to happen, no, sometimes people just like to diversify and do other shit. You know, that
Yeah.
is okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't want to be 65 talking about, hey, you wanna collab?
No, but
Like
I
I'm
said
good.
that. I was like, I mean, if I want to be the oldest fucking hoe, I will be, but that's not the goal. Like the goal is not to be doing porn forever. And like I just sat down for a year. Like
Mhm.
I won an award. I got a showcase. I've worked with pretty big names throughout my career, talent wise and studio wise. And like this year I just wanted to like do what I wanted to do, which was eat a lot of food. That's all I did really. But
I'm
and
still waiting for that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna put you out there like that. I'm still waiting for my portion of that because
what
I didn't get none of
oh,
it.
that's right. Okay.
I didn't
Yeah, I
get none of
got
that.
you. I got
I didn't
you.
get none of that. So
I
I don't
know.
want people to be
You was
like, "Hey, I
working.
heard you make some," you know.
I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, if I cook for you, don't be telling everybody I can cook. Like, don't, it's top
Listen,
secret information right here. Don't tell me.
listen. That's why you see me. I slid it on the low. I didn't tell people exactly what it was, but hey, I still want some of that. You know what I mean? Um, if you were, I'm just off the cuff now. I guess that's why it's called whatever by Hectic. But if you were in charge of this whole shit, what how would that look? Let's say 2026, someone says, "Hey, Cali, I got some stats for you. Here, do what you will. Fix this or do you know what I mean? What would that look
I
like?"
can't tell you that information. I'd have to kill you.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Give me one thing. One thing.
Um, I would start my own production company and I would
No,
pay
no, 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 no.
double.
Say you're not even. That's not you're above that.
Oh, you
You are
mean the
running this
world?
whole. You're running this whole shit.
Oh, you mean the whole
Everything.
world?
You not well the industry, the
I
world of
thought
the industry.
I
But
thought
you're
that's
not
what you was talking.
production. Production is. I'm not gonna say little, but no, you are like the facilitator. You're like not to drop the names that we know, but you're like the top, tippy top. Like you're a facility. You're the puppet master of this shit.
I would just give the people what they want.
Okay.
Sadly, I think that's what's happening though. And that's why I just shut the fuck up. Because when you think about it, like most of these companies have marketing teams and they go off numbers. So whatever numbers is spiking, that's what they're gonna market out and push out because that's what's gonna attract more traction to their sites. So, a lot of times the reason why a lot of black girls aren't getting booked is because they aren't trending.
Right. So, especially since I moved to where I moved to, that's for real. I think this year I might have shot with, I'll say 75% been black, right?
Hmm.
I've been doing it. I do know what my numbers are saying, right? It's
Hmm.
still not making me hesitant to still go out and book these women. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
I said, I do what I want when I want to do it, you know? What would you say to those people that say, hey, it just doesn't sell for me?
I mean, this is a business. Do what sells for you. I never take it personal when I don't get booked for a certain company or if I don't fit their look or, their marketing. Because at the end of the day, like, I can still make my money. So I don't stress about those type of things. I think I had a great run in general. So I'm always going to be a name that's in the bucket, especially when the fans are always begging. And a lot of people think that's the thing. Like, it's not really about what people think it's about. It's really about gaining the attention of the fans. It's like a beehive, you
Mhm.
know? They fucking ride or die for you. And if the fans are always bringing you up and the fans are always asking for you and the fans are always requesting you, then you're always going to be relevant.
Mhm. You
So it's really all
that's,
about building the fan base. The bigger
um,
the name, the more money you make, the more known you are, they can't tell you no. Then you can ask for what you want to ask for.
especially if there's definitely the demand for you. Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, we see it with companies outside of this all the time. Look at the people that shoot for, let's say, Marvel. That's why everyone's running to that train right now because they just know it's a check. They know it's a check, even if it's not as big of a check. Just being associated with that, it can bring on more checks. Um, we got a few more questions and then we get the hell on.
Take your time.
What's what's something that you're really looking forward to in 2026? Like it's crazy to think that we're it seems like we're almost out of 2025 already. Like what's something that you're looking forward to for 2026?
I want to travel more.
Okay.
I want to travel more and then start my own website and cut out the middleman.
I mean, you remember I had a conversation with you what 2, 3 years ago, like, hey,
Yeah, but
you
I have buku content now, so I can actually do that.
got
And I
you.
have my
Got you.
domain name, two of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate when people have domain and they point it to OnlyFans. I'm like,
Well, I have two for that reason because I have one
yeah.
to a actual website that I just need
Hmm.
to update really, and then I don't
Hmm.
know if I want to do like my own web browser, like not it's Fan Central, Model Central
Yeah, yeah,
adjacent. So I think I
yeah.
just want to and get a webmaster and yeah, cut the middleman out because I have my Pookie Posse.
Yeah.
There's a tongue twister. I have
Yeah.
my pussy pocket and I
Mhm.
have my AI girl now. So, and then I want to do like my merch.
How do you feel
And I
about
want to,
AI overall?
at first I was really against it just because I feel like fuck AI. I'm not really one of them people. Like I believe Terminator's real. I believe that.
No, like I'm like no one saw these. Like it's so crazy
Did
the
we
shit
not
that's
see this
happening today. I'm
coming?
like,
Like they're already making robots and
y'all never saw any of these movies. Like none of them. Like none of them.
everybody keeps talking about aliens and zombies and like the apocalypse, and I'm like, it's gonna be robots first. It's gonna
Yeah,
be because
yeah,
it's developing too fast, and it's because of all the data that we keep feeding it. So it's just gonna create its own self and like try and wipe us out because we're gonna wipe ourselves out. It's the old story. Oh, tell as old as time. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
just trying to kind of like accumulate enough money to just move to like Bali or some shit and live off the rest of my life somewhere on an island. If I can get an island, that would be amazing. Just have like a garden and have like a couple of properties that I just travel to throughout the seasons when they change.
No, I'm already making my great escape soon. In the next couple of years, I'll be on someone's beaches, surrounded by the flavor of the day and just relaxing, just chilling out. Seems like
Yeah, that's
a
the new
good way to
American
be.
dream is to actually move out of America. Is
Which is
what I
crazy, right? Which is
not really. I've always known I deserved better.
yeah,
I heard
which
they
is
love black
crazy.
people everywhere else.
I'm like, oh, how I can get a penthouse for how much? Let's run it.
Ain't no
Run
credit
it.
check, nothing.
Yeah, run it. I get that. I make that into sleep. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's
Not that
knock it
I have
out.
bad credit, but goddamn, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
And then I could work remote. Shit, I'd be on live every damn day. Get a
Well,
nice little schedule going.
yeah. What do you think about the I would say capping. A lot of people cap in this industry, right? A lot of people aren't who they aren't living the way they say they live in. How do you like look at that shit and be like, or do you? You might not. You might just be like, oh, and keep it moving. Me, I see it, and I'm like, I know you. Like, I know you for real, for real.
You
Like,
know,
that's a
honestly, I don't pocket watch
yeah.
people. I don't stalk people's lives. But I do know what you mean when I like see someone online and then I go work with them and I see how they live and I'd be like, you're not, you ain't. It's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with
Right.
it. Ain't
Right.
nothing, it's really nothing wrong with it because we all got to start somewhere. I just remember like being like starting in the porn industry and being in a model house, but I know like before that I had my own apartment. You know what I mean? Like,
Like you
and
said something, you went to the scene with your own car, you know.
yeah, like I literally was like, all right, I'm finna. So I was living in an apartment complex, and like all of a sudden, it was just all this drama. It was almost like God was pushing me out. I will say, so it was the name came along with the push out of me being like, I've outgrown this environment. And if I
Mhm.
don't leave soon, something bad is gonna happen where I'm not gonna be able to change it. And
Mhm.
so I was like, I'm gonna move to LA. So I had my own little one bedroom apartment and I was shooting, I would do lives and shoot content in it, but it was dark and it was kind of like in the back of the complex and like I was coming outside and it was like a lot of like niggas and shit outside.
Mhm.
And I was kind of like getting to a point where like I'm a single female and this isn't safe. Like it's too much going on. So when I went to the office to ask them to upgrade my apartment to a different part of the apartment complex and to also give me like upstairs so I can get more light and like, like a fucking fireplace so I can have an aesthetic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
they was like, "Oh no, sorry, we can't." I said, "All right, bet." Boom. I'm finna pack up and move to LA. I'm finna go be a porn star. I was like, I'm finna go be a porn star. Fuck it. I'm finna buy a car. I'm
yeah.
finna buy a dog.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go be a bougie ass LA bitch. Like
Yeah.
that was why do I talk like that? That's horrible. But yeah, that was like, yeah, that was like I'm finna go be, yeah. I was like, mm-hmm. And so
Yeah.
that's what I did. I had an apartment in LA. I moved to LA. LA was a really hard city to survive.
I hear still. I hear still.
I moved out of the apartment in the Bay Area, moved to LA. I was like, I'm gonna be a porn star. I didn't want to suck dick. Or actually at that time I was only willing to suck dick.
Okay.
I was like, I'll make content, but I'm not fucking y'all. Y'all not gonna run a train on me. I was like, I'll get y'all head on camera. Like, like I was like,
Yeah.
I went to Urban X. I started networking. I started meeting people. I started talking to people, networking, like getting numbers. And, you know, I had like a performer come stay with me for like a month and we were like shooting content. Like I was like on one. I was like, but if I'm gonna be shooting content, I'm not gonna be shooting with just like everybody. I need like a secure dick. So I
Mhm.
had like secured a dick. We made some content. The content was fire, but it was like a lot of drama. And then surviving in LA without like an actual job and actual scenes and an actual agent, like it was becoming too much. So I moved back home for a little bit and I got an agent. I was like, I'm gonna go back home, get an agent. Well, and then when I signed with the agent, they were like, you're gonna do AVN. It was like in the winter time. It's like we're gonna bring you to AVN. And so I did AVN and I hadn't even shot my first scene yet. But I was just like, yeah, porno. Yeah, this is it right here. Because I had been to AVN a couple of times before, which is where I seen a lot of the black girls like running around and stuff, and they were super nice to me. And but
Mm.
this time I was actually signing, and so when I got that experience, that was because
It's different.
it was a luxury in 2020. It was when we were doing the sweet parties and
Mm.
like it was real
I that
exclusive. Yeah, like it was real
that Sex Panther party.
exclusive.
Hey, that Sex Panther party in 2020 was, oh, I love that. Oh, that was the best. But no, times. Damn, you just had me man. And for real, and we're going to get off our soapbox and get the fuck up out of here. But man, that's when to me for I say porn for me probably stopped being fun about
Yeah. It was right before the
2023.
golden era, but that's why people call me a throwback. Like a lot of the people in the industry now, they'd be like, "You
Mm,
remind me of a throwback. You remind me of the girls
no
back in the
facts.
day, like Jada
No,
Fire and them girls." And I'm like,
yeah,
"You." I
no,
guess please
huge
compare
fact.
me to the greats.
Yeah, no fact. Because I say it all the time, and people chastise me for saying it. There's too many people now that there's not too many that would be looked at as great. And it's not because they're not great. It's just so many fucking people that like we only not that we only had them, but they were they were it. They were the that was it.
They were the ones you wanted to be like.
Correct.
Now it's
Um
I'm one of the ones you want to be like, which is crazy. I still haven't adapted to that mindset of like, girl, they want to be
so
you. They want the success that you have. They want to work with the people you worked with. They want to wear your skin because
mhm,
you did that. Like you
mhm,
really me, I was like, I wasn't playing though. I said it. I was like, I'm gonna be the best at it if I'm gonna do it. And then like for 2 years straight, I did straight anal. Nothing but anal scenes, crazy anal scenes. Like not no shit where you like, does she really like anal? You're like, damn, she taking that big ass dick with a smile on her face. Holy shit.
yeah.
How tall is she again? Where how big is she? Like,
Now I
but
had one the way I went to Dallas a couple weeks ago, and some dude was excited to see me. And I was just like, "What?
they be so
Like,
happy. They love
why?
us.
I'm
Cause
like,
we
why
get them
though?"
through those hard days and nights. That's why, you know.
I guess. So this is the moment we're gonna get out of here. Go ahead and tell the people who you are, where they can find your stuff at. If you want to drop some gems, you could do that this time. The floor is yours.
It's Cali Caliente on everything. The Cali Caliente. That's TheCaliCaliente. On Instagram, it's Cali. Well, the Cali Caliente backup because I lost my other one. So, but on everything else like OnlyFans, Pornhub, Twitter, XBiz, all that, it's gonna be the Cali Caliente or Cali Caliente XXX. And you should definitely check me out on all of my platforms. Yeah. But if you want the most recent content, you need to follow me on OnlyFans, which is onlyfans.com or thecaliCaliente.com.
All right. So, um, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Remember, go and follow me on YouTube at HD Nation. That's HD Nation. You have not only this show, whatever by Hektek, but also Beyond Pixels. I'm going to start releasing some stuff on that one soon. Again, just been busy, just doing other shit. Also catch me every Saturday night at on the Light Idiots, where it's me and a bunch of other people talking shit. And I enjoy that. It's a de-stressor. Um, and with that, you know, stay loyal to those that are loyal to you. Keep those close that are close to you, and just don't do anything that you don't want to do. And with that, we are out.